Thanks, Chair. To ask the Minister for Defence the number of Defence Force personnel that have been stationed in costume barracks over the last number of years, and if there is plans to upgrade it. And I say that in light of the development yesterday. I've heard your words today, Minister, in fairness, that you said you're looking at it, but in relation to Cathal Brugha, where if there is changes there may be an opportunity for the likes of costume barracks to increase. Thank you.
Thank you. Minister.
Yeah, no, thank you. Deputy, you mightn't be happy with this answer, I'm afraid, because it's. I mean, the brief I have is that for operational security reasons, details of the numbers of Defence Force personnel that are currently stationed at costume barracks at Athlone and over the past 5 years cannot and should not be disclosed. It should be noted, however, that the number of personnel stationed at a particular location will frequently vary on an ongoing basis, as it is a normal operational feature for there to be a constant flow-through of personnel into and out of military installations. The Rolling Defence Force Build Infrastructure Programme provides a blueprint for investment in defence-built infrastructure over a 5-year timeframe and is designed to modernise and enhance the training, operational and accommodation facilities of the Defence Forces. The completion of the new dining hall complex was an important project to upgrade the facility in costume barracks. The main works contract, valued at 4.1 million, was awarded in October 2018 and work was completed in 2020. Following a commitment given in the programme for government, a commission on the Defence Forces, on the future of the Defence Forces, was established by the government in December 2020, and their report is expected soon. The Commission's terms of reference include the consideration of appropriate capabilities, structures and staffing for the Army, the Air Corps and the Naval Service. Their report will be fully considered when received, and as I said earlier, I hope we'll have a long debate in this House in relation to it. It would be inappropriate for me to engage in speculative discussion regarding the recommendations of the Commission's report or the outcome of a subsequent deliberative process prior to the completion of that process and government consideration of any proposed plan of action. However, I can assure the Deputy that costume barracks is and will continue to be a very important operational military barracks as part of our military structure.
Minister, thanks for your answer. I think it's rather regrettable. I don't buy into this for operational reasons, that they cannot tell us the number of defence personnel that's in any single part of the country. I think it's disgraceful. Whoever wrote that answer should be ashamed of themselves, in my opinion, that public representatives, no matter where they're from, be it Cathal Brugha Barracks for someone in Dublin, be it for us in the west of Ireland, that we're not told. I'm not asking the names of people. I'm not asking individual sections. I asked a straight question of the number of personnel in an army barracks. And whoever is sidelining that, the simple reason is, Minister, in my opinion, is that the numbers are down and they're not prepared to say it. I'm not blaming you, but whoever, be it the civil servant or the person in the army, it's actually disgusting to think that they won't even write down or tell us the number of people. I asked for a very simple question. You are in agriculture. If I asked you a question, Minister, over the last 5 years, the number of personnel that was in agriculture right around this country, you always gave it. And now we seem to be stifled by the Defence Forces. It is disgraceful.
Yeah, Deputy, with respect, giving numbers in terms of personnel linked to the Department of Agriculture is a very different thing to giving numbers in terms of our Defence Force personnel and where they are. I can assure you that there's no downgrading at all of costume barracks. In fact, the opposite. We continue to invest there and will continue to invest there. But the advice that I have is that for security and operational reasons, from a Defence Force perspective, we don't talk about numbers in individual barracks. That I understand, because I asked the question before coming in, because I knew you'd say what you've just said, and I understand that frustration. I understand that this has been a consistent approach in terms of written PQs as well. But I will inquire as to whether I can come back to you with a more detailed answer, Deputy. That's all I can do. I'll try and be as helpful as I can. But obviously, I'm not going to release information if the advice is that it's sensitive from a security perspective. But I don't want to overplay that. I will have a look at it again and I'll see if I can come back to you with more detailed information.
Look, Minister, if you can have a look at it, I'd welcome it, because I do think that it's not going to be to the detriment of our country in the line of defence to know how many different defence personnel are in each part of the country. We know, or we are given, a number right around the country. That would have been given before, but it would be interesting to see over the last number of years whether those figures are gone up or gone down, and that's what we're trying to achieve. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I take that point, and you know, we are about to have a debate on everything from overall defence numbers, the numbers within the Army, the Air Corps, the Naval Service, resources around cybersecurity, military intelligence, capacity issues, and then also structures within the Defence Forces and how they interact with each other, and so on. And this is, I hope, going to allow us to have a very broad, forward-looking debate in terms of how we resource the Defence Forces appropriately into the future, and the capacity issues that need to be addressed in terms of what we ask of the Defence Forces. And that, I can assure you, will very much include a discussion around costume barracks, the infrastructure there, the numbers there, and so on. So I think in the context of the Commission report, which we'll see in the next few weeks, we will be able to pick up this conversation again. But I can assure you, if I can come back with actual numbers to you, I'll do that. And if not, I'll explain why.
Thanks, Minister.